You got a giggle when you talk. I see you coming, it makes me smile. You beat the other women by a million miles. I got it bad for you, baby. I got it bad for you, baby. I got it bad for you, baby, and I just can't help myself. I see you walking down the street. You're looking good, good enough to eat. You say hello, it makes me sweat. A woman like you is as good as it gets. I got it bad for you, baby. I got it bad for you, baby. I got it bad for you, baby, and I just can't help myself. faded down that line. Yes, you did. Well, I tell you something, I miss that little girl of mine. Said I tell you something, I miss that little girl of mine. I said I tell you something, miss that little girl of mine. Don't wanna be your umbrella man no more. Don't wanna be your umbrella man no more. If you got your problems, take them to the man next door.
Go side by side in his mirror. You play with the bottom here. Stay with the bottom. Big wreck in your mirror. Big wreck in your mirror. Oh no! Oh my God! That looks awful.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TARNATION TV on a Saturday night. What is it? 2026, last day of January, the 31st. And we are here at the All-Star Racing League with the Premier Talladega Superspeedway Series. It's a mouthful, but I've been practicing. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks to Bryant Motorsport Auto Sales for sponsoring this gig. It's been a lot of fun. This is race number 4. So this is going to be fantastic. I don't even know how many we got in here. We got tons of drivers in here tonight, so we got a full grid for you. My name is Blaine Donlin, joined by Brian Wolf and Rod Weston.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting night. 4th race of the night. We've had 3 so far. Points shake-up has been incredible. The only thing that's been kind of consistent, I guess, from last week to this week is Randy Weil lost 1 position, still up there in 2nd, and Greg Palmer's back up in the top 5. Dante Ricci took over the points lead last week by 4 points, so it'll be fun. These races, there isn't really a lot of consistency on how everybody's finishing up front. A lot of different drivers up there, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top tonight. Ryan, you there, buddy?
Absolutely, man. I'm excited. You just said a mouthful with all those guys up front there, because they're all here. So this is shaping up to be quite the points thing here on Saturday night. Man, I'm excited. This is going to be a blast.
Great group of super speedway drivers. I tell you, there's not one out there that does not have a lot of talent at this stuff. I mean, I know there's a few in here. You take them to Martinsville, they're lost. But there's a guys out here you'd bring them to Talladega. Boy, they shine, and it's an amazing group of guys. And boy, just like I said, it's just been a weird weird. No one really has just gone out here and just said, all right, this is my thing. I'm going to be the dominant person here. We really haven't seen a lot of that. We haven't had any repeat winners yet this season. So it's kind of neat. And like I said before, it's going to be interesting to see after we get done tonight. How many laps do we run? We are running 66 laps. Who is going to be on top of the points tonight? Can Dante Ricci, pad his point lead, or does Brandy Waugh take it back, or does somebody from a little bit further back, not too far back, but somebody else come out there and they take over the points lead, and we got 8 more races after that. 6 more after that. It's 10 race series, so it's 6 more races after that to decide.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, it's going to be fun. Excuse me. One guy I really am kind of now forced to keep my. They're just going into qualifying. One guy I'm kind of forced to keep my eye on now is Billy Ellistor, and that kind of takes me to what I'm about to say next, and that is the experience level here. We were talking about before we even went live, just the experience level here with all of these guys that have now landed at ASR on Saturday nights is just incredible. I mean, this competition is, this is serious. Every single one of these races has been just a nail biter, and it's getting even better.
And you talk about Billy Allister, but Randy Waugh, 4 points behind. But so is Billy Elser, and so is Greg Palmer. You got a 3-way tie for second place. That, this is 33 races. That's pretty good. But there's going to be a lot of points shaking around a little bit. Danny Carroll's still kind of right there in 5th. And Breedlove, and then Doug Hillick. But the points don't really gap that way. Anybody in the top 10 could probably end up coming out of here tonight with the amount of drivers that we have here with the points lead, as long as the guys in front of them just don't have as good a night.
Absolutely. And, I was handed this note a little while ago, and I forgot to mention it, that Greg Palmer, actually one of our points leaders up there in 4th, will not be able to make it tonight. So, that's really going to hurt him. But it's definitely going to help the guys that are right there with him. But yeah, we're going to see a big points shakeup tonight. I think these races are becoming very pivotal. With how these guys play it out. And, the RTG guys, they've been doing this forever. We kind of have to thank them for kind of inventing this whole series, Talladega series thing, because they're kind of the pioneers of it. But, man, what a blast this has been up here with you guys.
We've seen a lot of good racing, too. And we've seen, just like, for example, Greg Palmer, he was their first race winner. He comes back the next week and involved in the big one. Nothing doing of his own car. Right. It just something happened up in front of him, and we saw that last week where Dante Ricci was out in the lead, and just a literally not an intentional incident or anything like that. Just a bump draft kind of gone bad in the middle of the corner. And unironically, Dante Ricci was able to turn around, get the car fixed, come from the back, and end up winning the race. So, with moderate damage, that helps out a lot. But still, we've seen some cars, like last week, they were just piled up. They didn't, like one of the people were saying in the chat, that's no way they're going to make it through tech after the race.
Yeah.
Some of the template
I've had in these first 3 races have been pretty rough. So we're hoping to get, but again, that's kind of a blanket statement, because we are only, going into fourth race in, with these guys kind of feeling each other out and everything. But I think once we get over just a couple little wrinkles, that we're going to see some wild 3-wide stuff here. Which brings me to my next thing that I want to make sure that I get this in, because, for all these guys to land here at ASR on Saturday nights has just been incredible for all of us, everybody involved. So we want to thank our sponsors. The league itself, All Stars Racing League, is so proud to have all these guys here on Saturday night, along with Dave Chin and Bryant Motorsports, all the guys that, kind of pay the bills and make all this happen. The team of admin that we have here has just been incredible too. Dave and Ken and myself, along with Robert Breedlove and Garland Oakes, Brian Rawson, Mike Mangialardi, and Robert Spring. These guys all help us admin and go over our reviews at these races. And so we thank them. And without all these guys, involvement, it just doesn't happen, man. And it's, we're just so blessed to have all this, happen for ASR. And we want to thank everybody for coming out and thank the viewers for keeping up with us. And we're going to have some fun, man. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, and it's nice to have that. So that way, the bills are already paid. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about month to month whether the league's going to fold up because we don't have enough money to run it. Them sponsors come in real handy. And
yeah,
the first week we had 34, I believe it was. The next week was Rolex and football. We were down to 25. Last week we had 35, I believe it was. And tonight, as it seems right now, I think we have 31 drivers out there that took time or are going to be in the field racing tonight. So that's pretty
it's
darn
a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. And every single one of these drivers.
41 drivers so far. We haven't even started the fourth race yet for the whole season combined. You can see our stats sheet rolling up and down there. Yeah. 41 guys have been in here. Not, maybe not every race, obviously, but that's a pretty good number for after 3 races. You've had 41 different people show up to race. Yeah,
we've had, 41 at least one-time starters. So, and, we can't ask for more than that, especially with just the quality of drivers, that we have is just, again, incredible. I know I'm a broken record, but,
you can always ask for more.
This is the place the stars race, guys. Man. We named it right,
Speaking of asking for more, somebody in the YouTube chat named Pat Dog 300 says, I would love to join a race one day. Well, there's another one. Get a car. Get in here. We'll paint you one. I'll paint you one. Free. Yeah, I'll paint you one. Frank Divins will paint you one. Sullins will paint you one. Somebody will paint your car. Game's free, absolutely. Mods free. All this is free.
Yeah, absolutely,
free,
man.
Though. We ain't
absolutely. Cheap. And I got to thank you guys too for covering us and being on YouTube like you just mentioned, and making this available to our viewers and our fans. If we I always wanted to do the Triple H entrance. You know what I mean? To the 10s watching around the world.
That's awesome.
For maybe the possibly 100 watching around the country.
Yeah, that's it. We got 23 right now, so at least we've got more viewers than Melania Trump's movie.
Okay. Oh. Hey, you guys. Hey, and speaking of that, you know what? We're just a couple minutes into the 10-minute happy hour now, and we have a little bit of a new feature that we want to start tonight with that driver spotlight thing.
We're going to go ahead. He's not on track though. Can you get him on the track?
Yeah, I can. Actually, and I'll go ahead and cue him to be ready. For an interview here.
Cool.
Godfrey is with us as we're speaking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, welcome.
There he is.
John Godfrey is going to be covered tonight in our new driver spotlight thing. I don't know if John, if you could go ahead and just get in your pit box or get on the track so we can get you on screen.
Hey.
How you doing, fellas?
We're doing good.
John Godfrey, 66 years old from Cornelius, North Carolina. How are you tonight, my friend?
Feeling a little wintry right at the moment.
As we all are.
Yes. Especially us up north further. We're feeling it real bad.
Listen, I'm glad that, there he is. I see him on screen now. We're so glad that you could join us, John, because we wanted to personally, I want to thank you once again for, all these tracks that you create and you've brought to life for us here that, provides us a place to race. And it's just outstanding, man. I know Rod has a couple questions for you, and this thing is designed that, we want our viewers to get to know our drivers. So we're going to feature a couple each week, especially the ones that, contribute a lot to community and keeping this thing alive, man. So take it away.
So I guess, we've already answered a few of them, but the, first question I usually ask is, how many years of online racing experience do you have, John?
Well, I guess we'd go back to about NASCAR 2. What's that, in the neighborhood of 25 years right now, huh?
That's even more than that.
Yeah.
And it's ironic you say that. I have a copy sitting right beside me. NASCAR 2.
Yeah, I guess that's longer than I can remember, really.
And what kind of wheel do you use for your online racing?
I have a TSW2 that has served me very well. It's probably in the neighborhood of 15 years old and works like a charm.
I love it. A lot of people, they're an older wheel, but they are a great wheel. I use Easy 11 myself, so that's pretty cool. So the next question would be, what was it that brought you to ASR? What's the path that got you here?
Well, I guess you'd say the people. I mean, there's so many people that I've raced with that cross over league lines, and I got to know Brian through other leagues, and we've raced a lot of laps together. And yeah, when I knew that he and Kenny were putting this together, and Kenny's another good friend who's we've rubbed fenders a lot, and when I knew they were trying to put this deal together, I wanted to pitch in and get the numbers up, and it looks like it's working.
The next question is, as you run the 711, what is basically, why do you run the 711 and why do you run the current paint scheme that you are running?
Well, I have an association with the LaJoys, Corey LaJoy and Randy LaJoy, and Randy's dad, Don, was a modified driver in the town I grew up in, Danbury, Connecticut, and we had a beautiful little racetrack there up until it was closed in 1981 to be turned into a shopping mall, tragically. But Don ran the 711 his whole career, and I was fortunate enough to be on his crew for a couple of seasons. So that's why I carry the 711, and the Schluter Systems car tonight that I'm running. That's a throwback to a scheme that Corey ran in the Cup Series a couple of years ago.
Oh, that is really cool. So the next
that is
question
cool.
kind of led into the next question a little bit. I say, do you have any real racing experience? Obviously, you have crew experience, but did you ever have the opportunity to ever get behind the race car yourself in real life?
No, I wish I could say I did, but the virtual world is as close as I've ever come, and it's with each passing day, it looks like that might be as close as I might ever come.
Well, that's all right. You do a really good job at it, that's for sure. So, and like I said, we do appreciate everything you've done with your work on, creating this track because you were the guy that originally built the very first version of this, and then you've built upgrades of it since then, and then you're still modifying it, making it better every time that you get your hands on it. So we really appreciate what you've done there.
Well, I can't take credit for building it from the ground up. This is actually a Talladega TR, and that's its origins. But I'm happy to contribute in some small way to the sim community. I'm in awe that here we are 23 years later, and then our 2003 community is still going strong with certain leagues that are getting great numbers, and just happy to be here.
That's outstanding, John. And if I could just piggyback off of that just a little bit, and because John here was the one who actually created Fluid Raceway, taken off of my home track of Michigan, and we created that for Little Cannon and his annual race, which is actually going to be coming up. We're going to be doing the 6th annual End Gun Violence, I believe it's 120 at Fluid Raceway. So that's coming up. And John, I got to thank you again, man, for creating such a beautiful, beautiful track for us to race on for that event. And it's coming up, man.
Well, thank you, Brian, for all the effort you put into this. It's greatly appreciated.
I was going to try to back you into a corner, but I'll save that for later. As far as your creating tracks, that is, because this one right here is on loan from RTG, and it is just an awesome facility, man. We've had so much fun with this. You said the core track was from the TR version of Talladega, and it's just, man, what's it been? It's been at least like 6, 7, 8 years now. You and I've been racing door to door, on this track, so we've been around this place a time or two.
Well, there you go, our spotlight driver for today, John Godfrey. Hopefully, we get to interview you a little later on and, at least a podium finish tonight.
Boy, that would be nice. I hope you guys are a good luck charm for me.
There you go.
Oh, we're watching, that's for sure.
All right, well, congratulations, congratulations on getting you being the interview driver for the early part of the race. And like I said, go get them.
Thank you for the spotlight, boys.
No trouble.
Thanks, John. Good luck.
Good luck, man.
John Godfrey.
Dante Ricky on the pole again.
We didn't have much time to do that today, but that's okay. We'll get ready to go through to the.
Yeah.
a start going there. We can actually start working on that now. If you want to do the first top 10, I'll let you do that, my friend.
Well, yeah, again, starting on the pole is Dante Ricky again this week. Starting second, Nate Balser. Man, haven't seen him for a minute. Good luck to him. Rodney Sollins, as always, up front, starting in third. More of the RTG guys. Grant Wesley, number 888, starting fourth. Starting fifth is our own Ken Roberts, lead admin here for Saturday nights. Followed by numbers in the sixth position, 00 Buckshot or Kelly Buckshot Kazi. I got a little story to tell about him in a little bit. Starting seventh, number 39, Josh Metallic, another driver, comes to us from RTG, another, just a tremendous guy. Number 17, Chuck McClure, another RTG guy. Tim Nosker, starting ninth, RTG. And in 10th, that old familiar number 21, Randy Wall.
And you'll find Randy Waugh just about anywhere Superspeedway racing is, or pretty much any racing that's around. But starting 11th, it'll be Dennis McCarthy. 12th is Denny Carroll. 13th is going to be the Robert Breedlove. 14th, Dave Little. And 15th, my buddy that I kept messing up his name, so he changed it on the thing so I can get it right this time, Terry Bombard.
Driver,
And 16th is Mike Mangialardi. 17th, Doug Hillett. 18th, Poppy Sandoval, Ulysses Sandoval. 19th is going to be the 7 of Bobby Farrell. 20th is Josh Twos, SMO. We're in the house tonight there. Take it away, Blaine, from there if you want.
Well, I'm setting up the broadcast, buddy. You guys got to take this.
We'll let Robert
I'm getting
do
my
it,
cameras ready. Don't put me on the spot like that.
We'll let Brian continue on that.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
Rounding out the rest of the field, 21st will be 67, Garland Oaks, followed by number 74, our own Robert Spring. Starting 23rd, number 510, that's Steven Brandstetter. And number 20, starting 24th, number 26th, Billy Ellisor. And like I said earlier, keep an eye on him because he is up there in the points, man. We're kind of rooting for him. Starting 26th, number 10, Dennis Chambers. And the guy we just talked to, John Godfrey, in the 7-Eleven, starting 27th. 28th is going to be Mark Paglia, followed by number 48, Cody Lamas. Followed by number 88 in the 31st position, our own Dave Chin, driving the 88. Javier Negron starting 32nd, and Brian Rawson starting 34th.
Rounding out the field of Brian Rawson.
Right, yeah, they didn't
points. He's a good points racer.
He may be taking a different strategy, not qualifying like that. That's not like him to not qualify, but. Man, what a field we got here tonight. This is gonna be nuts. I lack of a better word, it's gonna be crazy.
And driving the pace car this evening, Pat Makarski. Thanks, Pat. We were trying to come up. We switch her up every week to see who's either, Corey Waugh has driven it, Mackenzie Weston, who's watching in the YouTube thing, saying hi to Dad. She drove it there 1 week, so there's all kinds of different people that drive the pace car. This evening, Makarski could not race, so he's doing the pace car thing.
All right, well, we thank Pat for that.
Guys, and the thing, and the chat wanted to know, how can I join as a racer? Well, you got to have the game, and fortunately for you, that is something that you can easily download online. Get with any of us, we can tell you where to go to get it, and then you got to join ASR. Preferably get a steering wheel or a good controller, and come out here and show these guys how to run around this track.
Yeah, this type of stuff is pretty
off.
wild. Yeah, if you've never raced at Talladega Superspeedway before online, it might not want that to be your first experience. You might want to try a different day of the week just to sort of race it on some different tracks. But this stuff's pretty wild, which you are about to see. Sorry to step on you, Bryant.
Oh, no, that's fine. I was just about to say here, the elbows are in the air right now.
Nate Balzer got a good start on that, but Dante Ricci at the bottom's He's got Rodney Sullins right behind him, giving him a good push. See that bottom side, usually, especially if people get right tight together, they always seem to get that better run off the corner through that first part of it, but once they get them rubber bands tightened up, that high side will get going.
Yeah, I think they're just going to try to settle in here now. I believe I heard whispers that in the drivers' meeting there was going to be some talk about these starts and restarts, and so far it looks like everybody's kind of settling in.
Yeah, I jumped up there to see if John was available just to make sure that he was ready, and I caught a little bit of the meeting, and what I caught in the meeting was they were getting a little bit of talking to about their, some of the driving that happened, kind of things that happened last week, so they're kind of probably a little bit more tamer tonight. Ken Roberts moves to that high side. See, Rodney Sullins wanted to go up there, but that move was so quick he did not have the time to get up there and try to get in front of him. So,
well, I know that's where Ken Roberts is most comfortable up there, but that couldn't have been a comfortable move. He just made to get there.
That's the thing. I was just going to say we're only running 2x2, but that third group starting to form up there. First, Grant Wesley and Chuck McClure started to move up there, and then Nate Balzer decided that's the lane to be in. He headed up in front of him, so he's taking.
Yeah, here we go. They're trying to form 3 wide now.
Somebody went down on the apron in the back straightaway there. It looks like I can't see who it was.
Are they looking to go 4 wide here?
Looks like they want to.
Scary enough doing 3 wide around here for me, but 4 wide, I don't know.
4 is possible. Looks Wesley's kind of flirting with it, but he's not going to do it. He knows better than that.
Yeah, Nate Balzer up there just kind of riding now with McCarthy on the bottom. Now he's going to have some help from that 84 again.
Oh. Causey to the 55 right there. You saw Ken squared out a little bit to the right. I guess that was an aggressive bump.
Still 3 wide towards the back there, trying to get formed. So far, so good.
We'll come into it if they get enough drivers up there. They don't need to overpower it with a bunch of drivers, but they got to have at least 4 or 5 up there, especially when you got that many cars and that middle lane running together, and they're running nice and tight. You got to get drivers up there that can run really right, nice and tight, get some pushing on the straightaways, and make that top side work.
Al Sullins is watching this evening. Rodney's dad in the chat.
And yeah, welcome all the viewers and fans if we got them. Because right now your boy's in control of this place with his RTG teammate Josh Metallic right there in tow.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
I was wrong.
Kelly Causey up there sneaking around too with Ken Roberts up there on the high line.
I was wrong too earlier. Dante Ricci didn't win last week. It was Josh Metallic. Ricci got, I believe it was 3rd. He tried to get into 2nd, but couldn't quite make it.
Speaking of Josh and that blue 39, he won here last Saturday. He won a couple of days ago on the same track in his own league at Rolling Thunder Gaming. And now he's back here again in the same car. He's been driving that car like crazy around this track the last week or two here. So it's not easy to win, man. Like,
that bump there was enough.
Looks like they all saved it. Kelly Causey was. Oh no, they're wrecking back there.
Wow, it must have accordion back to them then.
Mm-hmm. No, Kelly Causey was against the wall, but saved it.
Yeah, he got into the back of Ken Roberts again. There again, he's just trying to help Ken get up to the front.
And
it just went a little wrong.
John Godfrey narrowly escaped that, but wow.
And this is a race back situation too. I always forget about that.
Yeah, they do race back every lap here.
So piled up a few of them there.
I got to make sure I keep hitting that live button, Rod.
Yes, you do. I've learned that. I got told too many times by a guy named Brian Wolf to go along life, so it's engraved.
Somehow they saved this scenario here. But yeah, it was the checkup. This looks like Spring got into Farrell. Mangialardi got into Spring. It's nothing too crazy, but yeah. It's just a bottleneck situation.
Well, they were all trying to avoid what they thought was going to be a wreck up front of them.
Right. Yeah. Get on board with Leclerc here, right? Cockpit with him, so he saw.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there. I just froze up.
Yeah. Wow, there's a bunch of cars involved in that one. See Robert Sprin getting bounced around pretty good after the initial contact.
My computer froze up, guys. You still got me?
Yep.
I might have to rejoin you, looks like.
Whose
car was you in car with there?
Chuck McClure at the 17 with a whiskey flavored, whiskey flavored steering wheel. Thanks to Rodney Sullins for that one. He's been painting steering wheels this season.
That's crazy. Rodney doesn't miss too many details.
Nope. To rearrange my cameras here so that you guys don't have to watch this. It'll make everybody dizzy.
Dante Ricci's decided that he's going to stay out, so along with Brian Rosson. Looks like Dennis Chambers is that in the 10, stayed out. And we got Alex Moe here today? Cody Lamas. So I see a 48 Lowell's car. Never seen Cody in that. He's always been in the red and white one, and
usually he's driving a Florida Panthers unit.
Yeah.
All right, guys, my apologies. My game crashed for a second there. I had to rejoin you.
Gotcha.
Josh too's out there currently in the 5th position.
So I'm not going to be able to see all after we go into the reviews later on this evening because I'll lose that part of the replay.
Mm-hmm.
I can save the replay for you.
Yeah, Josh 2 out there today. Oh yeah, you see Lamas is running the 48, Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, that's usually I'm so used to seeing Alex Moe and something like that. I kind of thought, whoa, Alex Moe's here.
Whenever you see Cody Lamas in a race, you know that the Florida Panthers are not playing in Florida. He's a season's ticket holder. He would be at the hockey game. If they play a home game, he's going to be there. So we had a bunch of pit stops there last time around, but
yeah, Dante Ricci decided
it's like someone coming in to top off.
Out, looks like I think Grant Wesley went in on that first one. He's also elected to come back in to probably just take fuel.
I'm going to have to catch up to you guys.
Hit the live button.
Oh, I'm live. I'm live. I missed some of that.
Dante Ricci's taking no tires, fuel only. Grant Wesley's taking at least right side.
Wesley Sandoval out there getting lefts at least. Didn't see the other.
Few of them took 4, some took 2, some took none.
Early in the race, 4 is not a bad idea.
Oh, you're already going to be kind of near the back of it. We're only 8 laps into it. The tire wear is not that critical here, but take 4, maybe later on, it might save you a little bit of time when you pit later, taking none. Sometimes, yes, you can go 66 laps and probably not change a tire the whole way as long as you don't, burn them or slide them up. But that little bit of difference in putting a new set on later on sometimes can make the car turn a little bit better, and that's why a lot of drivers like to do that later in the race. Puts Dante Ricci, I'm looking at probably around 19th. Don't have an accurate, it should be about close because he was, I believe, the first one off pit road.
Yeah, I'm looking around the field here. I don't see too many cars with any significant damage from that last little skirmish. Are there any cars that are out of the race?
Negative. We've got David Chin's 2 laps down, but everybody's still running.
So we should see some lucky dog action coming here.
Later. Won't see it on the first one because everybody was on the lead lap on the first part of the race.
I'll bring up my stats screen here and see where we're at. Yeah, everybody's still here. I'm not showing anybody any laps down.
You got David Chin 3 laps down, so he may have retired. We just don't, we don't know. I don't think he's in there for 3 laps fixing it. It's weird how it does that sometimes.
Yeah, it's reporting him as running, but he may have retired, yeah.
I don't
Just going back
have
to
him
the
anywhere on the
YouTube.
track, so.
Back to the YouTube chapter.
Okay,
Pat
now,
Dog says,
now mine's updating, yeah.
I guess my question is, where can you sign up? So if he's already got the game, there's a link in the description to take you to the league, to the website. And then from there, you'll find all the league rules and everything else you need to know. Where to download the paint schemes and all that stuff. Mr. Expo asked, does real driver race in this league? Does that? I don't know exactly what he means. Everybody in these cars is a real person.
Yes, but he's probably wondering if anybody races for real in real life.
In real life, yeah.
I do know that just because he was one of the guys that the driver spotlight, he actually had some racing experience in his youth. He raced figure eights until he got involved in a T-bone accident where his wife said, no more.
Oh, really?
I'm still, like John Godfrey said earlier, I'm still in awe that we can actually do this because, if he did mean that, are any of these cars AI or whatever,
No.
The answer is no. These are all, the only AI driver is the pace car, and which is now off and we're ready to go green again. Let's rack them back up.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that even after, 20-something years of this, and it's not even this game, too. It's all the other sims that Papyrus made before it. Like Godfrey was saying, he started in NASCAR 2.
Right, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
there's like NASCAR
also.
4, NASCAR 2002, NASCAR 2003. It's just...
Started from the original version, which is just NASCAR racing, and then I've got every single copy of every one of them as they went along. Get a very good start.
Yeah, Rodney Sullivan's still in control up there.
Moves from the bottom to the top there, leaving Randy Waugh down at the bottom with Dave Whittle, Garland Oaks, and Billy Eiser on the bottom groove. Might see Rodney come down if that bottom groove starts to make some hay up there, but with only 3 of them being really close together, Billy Eiser and I think that's Dante Ricci, got to get there up behind them guys. John Godfrey, Robert Springs, and I believe that is Mark Paglia are coming, but you got to get up there and get them pushing.
Oh, it's funny sometimes how these races play out because, with having 20 laps of fuel right now, you're trying to get settled in. Just make it to the next green flag stop if you're going to have one, and see how this is going to play out at the end. As all your strategy and everything goes out the window when it comes to 5 to go.
You're watching them get down the backstretch there. Ken Roberts goes high. I don't know if he's just to get out. Ooh, boy. A little tangled up there. Kelly Kozlik bounced around a little bit there. But inside line, like I said, you can make a time on an inside line. You get the right people, and you can see they're nice and tight, running right in a line. They're starting to make up a little bit of ground. Going to make up ground going into the corner, but the outside line will make up more coming off the corner. Keep doing what they're doing. Keep nice and tight. get on that straight part, just like Randy Waugh's doing. He'll get right up behind Nate Balzer and just kind of give him a little nudge. But you got to watch out, because, you know, as soon as that line starts to come, it starts to have a little bit more momentum, you're going to see Rodney Sullins come down right in front of him. That did not do that, but you have to look at who he's with. He's with a lot of the RTG guys.
Oh yeah,
you'll see them guys. So just like, you know, you get Denny Carroll, and we've always seen Denny Carroll, Robert Beadlove, and Randy Waugh. When they get together, they kind of just form together and they stay together. They haven't been able to do that yet tonight. But you know, the same thing goes for the RTG guys. They all kind of, we talked with Metallic last week, you know, and it was like, yeah, we always try to get together, we all try to work together. Everybody up there, then we'll race for them.
Yeah, it's kind of neat actually if you know these and you've been around them for a long time. You know their patterns and how they kind of, you can see them actually kind of looking for each other during these laps right here. You know, they're trying to get formed up together so that they can, you know, make something happen like they know they have in the past. And you know, sometimes somebody from another league or another team or whatever will come right up and throw a wrench in that plan. You know, like right now they're jockeying back and forth back here, I think, trying to make some decisions.
You know, Javier DeGrom,
already.
Ulysses Sandoval, Garland Oaks. They are basically all part of Team Wrecking Ball, which is really kind of, I don't know if the PRL still does that, but they used to, over Talladega Nights, they would have teams. You know, they would all get together and those teams would kind of work together. We know those three drivers will work together if they have the ability to basically get and find each other. Thing, you know, up here in the booth, I know more of these drivers from broadcasting. I've raced with pretty much all of them out there, but I know more better just by being the broadcaster and watching and what they do. You know, they're kind of like their mannerisms, who they look for, who they drive with. You know, you'll obviously try to do whatever you can to win the race, but you also want to try to go with somebody you know that's going to stay with you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to locate. I don't know what happened to Kelly Causey. Where did he go to?
Well, he had that little
retired.
episode a little back. Things kind of happened a little bit, and he had to make a quick movement, I guess, as it were, and ended up getting into the fence, and so I think it probably damaged his car enough to where
I know he was against the wall, but saved it earlier in this. You know, I thought maybe they fixed it, but that's a shame because he's, you know, you can't really say he's one of the guys out here because we have all the best. It's like you can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Kelly Collins is a wicked driver out, you know, great Superspeedway racer. But like I said, you got to start looking down through here. You know, every one of these guys are great Superspeedway racers. It just, and this racing. Well, you know what? Going out and trying and practicing, this is the easiest track in the world to drive. When you're out there by yourself, you know, it's not like going to Martinsville and try to figure out your braking and all that. But when you get out here racing with all of these guys, it becomes the most mentally challenging race that you ever have. You know, you'll get done racing and your muscles aren't sore, your brain is fried just from trying to make that many decisions that fast at, you know, 200 miles an hour. We always say it's like playing chess with 20 people at the same time at 200 miles an hour, and it's unreal how these guys just make these decisions, you know, that quick, that spot on, and that's why I'm not good at this, because I can't do it.
Oh, it was fun earlier in those little races, and I thought, man, if tonight's race shakes out like any of this, it's going to be fun to watch, and so far it has been. These guys, you can see them actually. If you've done this for any amount of time, you can see them trying to make decisions right now on where to be, because I think they already got that next pit stop in their head. So you're gonna start seeing the line form on the bottom. You know, guys trying to find their spot to get on and off pit road as quickly as they can, and man. I feel bad about Kelly Causey. I said I had a little story about him earlier. You know, because sometimes he drives that. I think it's like Jif peanut butter and Wonder Bread.
Yes.
And on the back of his car, it says, "Get 2 loaves if it's fresh." And I asked him about it, and he told me that was like a thing that he had with him and his father. Whenever they would send him to the store for bread, they would tell him, you know, get 2 loaves if it's fresh. And that was kind of like a thing that they developed between them. And I thought that from these guys as you get to know them. And, you know, this community is really it's a tight knit community, and it's just been so blessed to be a part of it. You know, when you hear just little things like that and that stick with you, you know.
We were talking before about how that, you know, it looked like that bottom line wasn't gonna, you know, wasn't really coming, wasn't really getting it done. But they formed up. They got Grant Wesley, one of the great super speedway racers. He got out there on that bottom line. They got him formed together, and he almost led that lap. He was, I think, 1/100th of a second away from leading it. But he's going to keep trying to get that line to work.
Pushed down below the line. It looked like when he come back up, I thought it was going to be a mess, but he saved it.
Like what you did earlier?
Yeah. Yeah, only not so dramatic. And, you know, he didn't take out 10 cars like I did.
Yeah, well, you didn't take out 10 cars. You only took out 1, but you had to make a quick move, and you made it. Look at that. He's gets such a run, and then they can stay good together and tight. They're going to come right back. Third line starting to groove. Chuck McClure just popped out of that middle line. Doesn't have a whole lot of cars going with him yet. So far, I think it's Dante Ricci's with him. I see that's Cody Lamas. Didn't go with him. I thought he started to make an attempt like he was. Dennis McCarthy's trying to catch up to him. Art Paglia, Bobby Farrell.
I'm still watching that 26 of Billy Ellisor, which, by the way, he was that I did take out in that sprint race. So I'm hoping got that out of the way for him, you know, early, because I'm watching him. I think he's where he wants to be there on the bottom. I think he's just riding, you know what I mean? And he's up there giving himself a chance to be there at the end, man.
I was just looking, and I noticed I was looking to see if what happens. We have lost 2 drivers. The 3 drivers have lost the draft. They've got Dennis Chambers, Denny Carroll, and Josh too. They are about almost 12 seconds back.
Wow.
They have lost the draft somehow, probably due to some of those situations that kind of, you know, have made them lift a little bit.
A couple of cars there have found themselves in the middle, I think, now just searching for a way to get either inside or outside. Now they're closing up in front of them, going back to 2 wide. 17 may give it a try, seeing that upper lane coming again. Nope, he changed his mind.
The same thing with Doug Hillick and Mangialardi.
Chuck McClure in 17.
They're way in the... They're about 24 seconds back, so they obviously had, you know, something happen. And as I said before, Grant Wesley, he's out there out front, and he is able to make that bottom line work. The top line could get back to him if the guys, you know, kind of stop trying to go 3 wide. They just got that high side going. They might be able to push them up there, back up into the front.
Another car still creeping around there too. We haven't mentioned much is that Brian Rawson, another one of our admins here. You know, he's been on kind of a little bit of a sluggish streak here as of late, but he's still creeping around there, putting himself in position. That bright colored Valvoline number 6.
The window should be opening up pretty soon, I would think, too, eh?
I would think so, yeah.
Roger's
how many laps we had? 24.
24, yeah.
It should be coming up. Watch from the start lighting up on the on my TeamSpeak over here.
The other thing too is, now you got all those cars on the outside. If you're one of those cars that need to get to that bottom because you're going to pit, or you're kind of hoping if you're out there, you can go maybe more laps than the guys that do have to pit. So that way you have an opportunity to get down there without having to work your way down.
I'll tell you another guy I feel bad for is our league admin, Dave Chin. I know he's been under the weather with the flu, and I know he wasn't feeling too good tonight. But man, that guy's luck has got to turn around.
As I said before, them guys kind of from the back start to get in line a little bit. Well, you got that Rodney Sellens on that high groove already, just about. I think he's going to lead this lap. We'll see. It's pretty close. Yeah, he's got a car length on him. I don't think they'll catch up to him by the time he gets to the line. You can see how if they start working together.
Got it.
Ooh.
Wow.
Do you think there's any paint left on the front bumper of that 3/8? Because that was really close.
That very close.
Now that 888 car knows that pit stops are coming, so he's going to do everything he can not to let that 38 down, which he just did. So,
yeah.
See, that's the thing. Now Rodney Sellens is, he's on that lower line. If he decides he's going to pit, he can do it.
And they've raced together. Again, they're RTG teammates, so
No takers.
these guys know how to do it.
Keep an eye on the chat to see if anybody posts. So far, nobody's posted that they're pitting, so. Will be coming soon. No? I think I saw a
I'm
car
not
go
seeing
off
anybody
the back
light
there.
up yet. Pitted after what did they make it? About 7-8 laps before that first caution? And I think most of them pitted after that, so they might still have one or two to go here before they absolutely would have to. 55 getting in line on the bottom there. Along with Javier Negron. Now, he's another one. He's crashed out. Here they come.
38.7 points. A bunch of them are pitting. Ooh, whoa, some lockups. Wow.
Ooh, they all collected it.
That was wicked. A few lockups, a few cars sliding and everything, and everybody just managed to keep it together and go through it no problem.
I was going to mention Javier Negron. He's crashed out the last two of these three races, early. So I know he's hungry to at least finish one of these things.
So far, everybody, one car's taken 4, took the lefts. Oh, there's some guy, they're taking 4. And Roberts took 4, is taking 4. Rodney Sellens only took 2. McCarthy took 4. Everybody else only took 2 tires.
When I'm hungry, I eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Wow.
Look at that. Oh, okay. Wow. These guys are great. Rawson got in the grass there. And he's staying in the grass. Oh, did Rawson retire?
I have a little bit of a technical issue coming up here. I'm going to have to step away for about 4 minutes. I'll be right back, guys, if you could take the reins.
Roger that.
So far,
technical issues. He needs to freshen up his whiskey.
That's probably it.
That's what I'd be doing. These guys drive you the drink.
So everybody's almost contacting the pit road there. Breedlove was leaving as Denny Carroll was coming in.
Or watch the pit exit here from above.
Everybody this round only took right sides.
Now, if these guys are going to rejoin.
Everybody only took right sides on that one there. Where are they going to join? Where's the guys that pitted a lap earlier going to come in to play? 3 of the cars that came in earlier are already out in front. Here comes Rodney Sullivan. He's coming with a head of steam, but by the time they get to the end of the straightaway, pretty much will be up to speed, so they'll start jumping in behind them. See the speed difference there with Rodney Sullivan's on the bottom with Ken Roberts, Mark Paglia, and Cody Lamas. As they get down to the front there, they're all back up to speed. So that had better pit stops, and that was Grant Wesley, Chuck McClure, and Hoster Nofstetter, I think is how it's said, or
Nofsker.
Nofsker.
Yeah, just, you probably should pronounce the T, but if you don't pronounce the T, it might be a little easier for you to say.
Well,
just Nofsker.
Oscar. So it's you know, I got to screw one guy's name up, so it seems to be his. Rodney Sullivan's back to the bottom now. They had a pretty good run coming at those 3 cars. When they got to them, they just dropped down to the bottom, and the momentum they had just carried them right out. They moved back up in front of Grant Wesley.
If people are wondering, currently Rodney Sullins has led 21 laps. Dante Ricci has 1 lap led, and Grant Wesley has 7. So that's it. 3 drivers have led this entire race up to lap 31 right now.
The fastest lap out there right now at 199.973 miles an hour, Chuck McClure. Take that back.
I've actually got
201.
Right. I was going to say, mine just changed.
201.940 by Robert Breedlove.
Robert Breedlove, where's he hiding? Right there in 13th position. The sun drop.
It changed that fast. Especially when the scenario that they had where cars were going a little faster than they were. When you end up getting up behind them, sometimes you're a little ways behind, maybe 2 or 3 car lengths behind, and all of a sudden that momentum starts pulling you forward, and then you end up earning a faster lap because they pulled you through. Put Doug Hillock about lap down. He stays on the high side, out of the way. Mangialardi is already 1 lap down. Mangrum, sorry. Is it Mangrum or Mangialardi? I know 2 of them, so both of them might. And Doug Hillock's going to join in with Rodney Sullins, just put him a lap down.
Yeah, David Chin must be retired. It's reporting that he's still running. But, oh my goodness!
Oh, through the trioval.
That
Ken
would
Roberts
be
gave a little bit too much of a bump to Rodney Sullins, and oh my God, what a mess!
Yeah, that's not a. That's strange.
Grant West. I mean, I'd like to say that I think it's going to be easier to tell you who's not been involved. Then we got Grant.
Oh, they wrecked again.
Well, they got some guys that were coming down through on the high side.
Okay, guys, I am back, and it looks like I missed a lot here.
It's like Dante Ricci made it through, is one of the drivers that made it through without issue. Basically, it just bumped drive, just gone wrong. I mean, it wasn't an intentional thing again. He was just trying to help him, move along. And it looks like so Rodney Sullins just got tapped by Cameron Roberts, and melee ensued.
Dave Little almost got through that, but then he got into... Who did he get into there? Looks like Hewlett.
Yeah, they were kind of coming into a situation, and he got into Billy Iser there, but he coming into a situation where they are racing back. So how do you approach that?
Right.
Most of the got through the cars, it was not that way.
I'll tell you what you can see, though. You can see the guys who are absolute experts at making these pit stops under, green flag conditions.
Dante Ricci made it out of the pits, and still currently is the leader. Took 4 tires, took a full pit stop to do that, but everybody else that was directly behind him had a lot of damage to repair.
So that's very out of the ordinary for that spin to even happen, because these guys like Rodney and Ken, I mean, they're out here pushing each other all the time. And then everybody just scatters.
Yeah. I just happened to get the opportunity to see that, what happened up there up front. Ken Roberts, our lead admin for Saturday nights.
But they do two lucky dogs, right? So
Yes.
I thought that was true. So that means Doug Hook and Marty will be back on the lead lap. So still running. Hopefully, it may change here with all the things that are going on, but
I believe the 55 is going to stay out and probably serve a penalty for that incident. I can't be certain. He will, if that is indeed the case, he will second time by.
The 55, you mean?
I'm sorry?
The 55?
yeah, 55.
The
Yeah.
55 of Ken Roberts, it looks like he'll try to serve a
So,
second
yeah,
time
they-
by penalty.
So the
For
way
the-
you guys
the-
serve here, is it second time by full service?
Yeah, it's second time by full service, and you don't necessarily have to speed off of pit road.
Oh, you want them
just
to
so
speed a
you
little
see-
bit just so they get the black flag and go to the end?
Well, no,
Or
just
just
so
wait.
you just want to make sure you're towards the back,
Right, right. Yeah, you don't need
Now,
to be
so-
dead last because other guys might want to be back there too. So
So just for the viewers there, after the races are reviewed. Now, because
Yes.
Ken did serve this penalty, does that mean that he doesn't get a penalty in the reviewing of the race, or how does that work?
Right. If he's found to be the cause of the yellow, and he calls it out to the other driver saying, "Hey, that's mine. I'll claim that," and then he serves a penalty, second time by full service, goes to the back of the field, starts the next restart. Then that's not he served a penalty. He'll be served with an incident on his record, but it won't be like a 1-lap penalty or anything like that. Now, if he doesn't serve that and he stays out on the track and keeps his position and he's found guilty, then that's a 1-lap penalty. It's a post-race penalty.
So that's what that looked like right there to answer
Yeah.
Mr. Expo in the YouTube chat that the 55 should have a black flag. That was the black flag. He went around the second time, went into pits, took full service. That puts him to the back of the pack. He's not allowed to keep that front row spot. So he served
Yeah.
his penalty by doing that. The game won't give him a black flag, but that's how the league kind of has the rules set down, where Ken realized his mistake and he went and did that service, even though he probably didn't have to. And now he's at the back. I mean,
Right.
now that he's served his penalty, he can stay out there. So if all these guys go back in, he's going to gain some spots.
Yeah, if these
But
guys
that's
elect
entirely up to them.
He will probably, though, on a fuel measure, I'm guessing, he's going to come down again.
He might go one more time. Yeah, lights are
Yeah,
still
he's-
flashing.
Yeah, he's going to come down again. So he's actually doing it the right way.
Actually,
It's not too hard on your car as far as fuel either, and maybe fixing any damage you might.
will the lights stay on? No, lights are off. They're going green next time.
They're still on. Cars that just went by the pace car, that would be Doug Hillick and Mike Manzolari. They are your lucky dogs. They'll
Wow, and I just saw.
go around, catch up to the back of the pack. They'll incur a black flag, which the admins will clear.
Right.
Your
I
face.
just saw. I backed it up, and it was the 083 had a hard thaw.
Going back to the YouTube chat again, where Al said it wasn't intentional, but you're better to serve that penalty, because then if they do go and deem that it was his fault, then he would actually be docked a lap from the finishing position. So you're better off to serve it under yellow. You're not going to lose much track. Like you'll lose the positions, but at least you'll be with the pack. So it's always a safe bet to just say, yeah, I'm just going to serve just in case. Because if you don't serve and it is found to be your fault, then you lose an entire lap and you lose a ton of points, especially in a race like tonight where there's 31 guys starting. That's a lot of points.
That's a ton of points, yeah. And not only that, but I mean, it's, that the 55's actions there were by no means intentional, like
No.
at all. You know what I mean? These things happen. But if if it is your fault and you claim it, that's you're better off. Even if you if you claim a yellow and it's found that you didn't cause it, you're still better off taking that safety net.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you won't get caught. You won't get caught with an incident. Because if you gather up too many incidents during the season, that they'll park you.
That's the fine line too. It's not like it's not intentional, but he was the reason the yellow came out.
Right.
The 38 got around because of the 55. The yellow was forced to come up. It's
just one of those things.
It's just if you were the cause for the yellow, not obviously, hopefully not intentional. I mean, most of the stuff's not intentional, especially out here when you're doing 204 mile an hour. Like, stuff can change so quick.
Well, poor Ken Roberts. So I mean, that's
racing,
out of 4 races, that's the second time he's done that this season. That's that's kind of out of character for that 55 to, So I'm calling that one just a bad bump or bumper grab or so racing deal. Yeah. So I mean, it's just unfortunate.
Here he is going 3 wide. How dare he?
Andy Waugh got a good jump on the start. He was on the high side there, moved down in front of Josh Metallic.
You think Corey's watching tonight?
He's going to go to. I was going to say, Randy's going to go to that high side. Nate Balzer with Bobby Farrell right behind him had a really, really good run coming. Kind of got.
Randy might get stuck in the vortex.
Yeah, he might.
Oh, maybe not.
Probably not going to, because that high side did not get enough people to go.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Farrell got pushed out of there.
Yeah.
But now you can see there, Denny Carroll moves right up in front of Randy Waugh. They two guys, we all know that they all look for each other and try to work together. Those two guys get together like that, you'll probably, if one moves, you'll see the other one move with them. They do kind of, get separated every once in a while because you're Denny Carroll and that bottom side decides to come headed up there. You got to do what you got to do to keep yourself up front. But
there's our spotlight driver.
Yeah.
Now in the spotlight screen, the car is actually moving.
He's taking over that bottom line.
Josh Metallic just didn't have any help. Everybody kind of abandoned him there. It's going to drop back to about the 6th position. See, I was just going to say, you're going to see those two drivers, Randy Waugh up there and Denny Carroll, move up to that middle lane. That's where most of the guys like to run. I believe sick guys that love running the bottom. I don't get it.
I believe we're down to where we would only need one more pit stop to finish this race, correct? Fuel-wise, I'm saying.
I think one can get you there for sure, yeah.
I don't know if they start playing the fuel mileage game, because you'll see it go from 198 miles an hour down to about 130, 132.
If they pit around like after 46 or 47 laps, they'll make it to the end.
Yeah.
Now we've got the two teammates of, Denny Carroll and Randy Waugh up there. Those two have found each other. And now, I kind of look for each other and find each other to help each other out here.
Their third driver in that group that always works with them there.
Oh no! Javier Negron up the track.
Pass around. Back to the line there. Third driver in there, I was going to say, is Robert Breedlove. Those three will try to hunt each other out and work together.
No caution so far. Oh, there it is.
It's up, yeah. We'll go back and take a look at that. I saw Javier Negron get up into the wall. Let's see that again in an instant
easy.
replay.
Oh, man, trying to get slowed down. Took a tumble down the backstretch there. Trying to get woed up for the pace car.
Oh.
Talked about it earlier, Josh Metallic won last week, so Greg Palmer Denny Carroll and Josh Metallic there are 3 drivers that have won races so far this year. So Denny Carroll could happen to, pull it off and get another win. He'll be the only driver that has 2.
Curious to see now what because they would still need. What are they getting? About 20 laps on a fuel
19.
Fuel run, right? 19, yeah. So they would not make it right now.
But you pit, you take fuel. The hope is so. Maybe if the thing went green when they had to take their pit stop, they may have had to take a can. If they pit now, maybe that knocks it down to half a can, or you know what I mean. So, and half a can, you can save yourself a lot, a few seconds on pit road, but that adds up to a lot on the track.
Somebody might get an opportunity to lead a lap here, and it looks like it's going to be that 510 of Brandstetter taking advantage of that, because they're all on pit road right now.
You want to get out there and lead as many as you can.
And again, I made the mistake that what do we say, Rod?
What's
Got
that?
to keep it on the live button.
Yes, sir.
I was going to say, what mistake? Forgetting to breathe. Whoops.
Yeah. I have that problem when I'm racing out here, yeah.
Yeah, especially here.
I
Not to hold your breath edge of your seat.
I will say it again for the new people that are here. When I first joined these leagues that do just Talladega, and I was introduced to I think it was one of the earlier versions of this track here, where it's 3 racing. There were nuts running 2x2. I said, I can't hold my breath that long. And I joined, and I stayed behind everybody here, and they were racing 3 wide, 8 cars deep. And I said, this is just not going to work. 10 laps later, I'm still there watching him run 3 wide, 8 cars deep, going, how in the hell are they doing this? We have seen them do 4 wide. They don't do it for very long because it just room starts to kind of run out. But the track is wide enough to do it, and you can do it. 4 grooves around here, but it gets really, really tight then.
Yeah, this style of racing too. I mean, it's we talked about how challenging it was, and it is, and it really challenges your patience at times,
Ooh.
Oh man.
Not coming.
They're on pit road there. Good thing they're under yellow here. That's drivers might calling those out. I don't know. I think they're just trying to get in there to get some gas.
Even though
Because that's going to be close. Because Dennis Chambers right there is one of them. He's like the master fuel saver.
Even though
Yeah,
that
but you can't save 5 laps of fuel, can you? Like, they're going to need to go in
No.
after 47 to make it to the end of this thing.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, who
Even though
knows? I've
John
seen some
Gott-
crazy stuff.
I was just going to say, though, even though John Godfrey made the pit road another, I think, 10, 12 feet wider, they still seem to run out of room. Lights are still on in the pace car, so I wouldn't be surprised if you'll see some of them guys that, even though they've just pitted, or some of the guys further in the back, even
Yeah.
a splash of gas is going to give you, 3-4 miles an hour, 3-4 laps. Sorry, half a can is going to give you this many. They know. Then they know it, so they will, try to say, hey, if I can get it down to, a little save you 3 seconds. But 3 seconds on this track, once you get out there, that is huge.
I see the 510 and the 711 were back, are kind of riding on the flat. just doing everything and anything they can to get those couple extra drops, you know.
And as I thought,
Because it may come down to that.
Wow.
some of the drivers starting with Josh Metallic and just
A lot of
about
them.
everybody behind him. Very few they're staying out. There's the guys that are up front, Danny Carroll, Randy Wallace, them guys, they pitted their time theirs already once. Some of these guys have already pitted. They've come in at just a splash of gas, and some are taking tires. I think Dennis Chambers taking tires just because he got spun around in the pit last time.
Super quick pit stops. You can see these splash and goes.
Yeah. Now on the I was just going to say, Blaine, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
on the
go
other end of that, these guys that stayed out, and now these are the guys that are anticipating another caution.
Right.
Chuck McClure has made 8, probably just right there, 9 pit stops in this entire race. If you get bonus points, so has Ulysses. Yeah, the Ulysses Sandoval has also done that. Wow. 9 pit stops for McClure,
That's
9 pit
pitting.
stops for Ulysses, yeah.
Basically pitting and just trying to get as much fuel as you can every time, hoping that green flag situation will come out. A lot of it, the reason why they do that is they want to pit with the people that they want to pit with. They don't want to have 36 guys try to go for pit road at the same time. Last time, but they'll still be be able to go quite a ways, but they're going to pit a little bit earlier. They're only going to pit with the guys that are around them that are in the same fuel strategy. So as we saw before, we saw the pit stops earlier. They were a little scary getting in. We've seen where there's been situations on pit road itself under yellow flag conditions. That's not so bad. You get out there in the green flag, you really lose a lot of time.
Denny Carroll
This is gonna
and
be
Randy
interesting.
Waugh. Yeah. Carroll didn't decide to flip lanes. Leader does have lane choice here, too, so the 41 decides to stay on the lower line.
Well, you're going to see this happen. I tell you about this all the time.
They
That
might lay
probably
up.
lower line's going to get a better run. Randy Waugh's not going to go, and then Denny Carroll's going to pull right up in front of him.
Yeah. We've seen this
Or vice
before. They'll
versa.
set the pick.
Or
vice versa.
right,
Yeah.
no. It's usually
Ken didn't count.
Denny
no.
Carroll every time. See? They tell you. You watch.
Yellow's up again.
Denny Carroll's going to go to the high side. Oh, wow.
This is race back, though, right? Or are they?
Yeah.
It will be. Yeah.
Should be. We'll go back and take a
Ooh,
look at
gosh,
that
that's
here.
a lot.
We got to do a full lap, pretty much. They crossed the
They're
line,
missing
and
cars, sir.
somebody missed a shift, I think. Stacked up the
They're
whole
getting
back half of the field.
Easy for it, though.
So this is race back to the line here at ASR. They do not freeze the field on yellow. They got to go around to the line to get the yellow. Looks like Carroll will retain first place.
Yeah, I don't. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. I was just going to say
Maybe not.
Look at
79
Balzer,
and
though.
Nate Balzer were going to take it.
Going to get it.
Nice.
Get it.
See? But look at that, though. That's the first lap led by the 79.
That's the point.
The 21 and the 41 have laps led already. So do you think maybe the 41 gave them that one?
I would rather doubt it.
I doubt
like
it too, but
Alton.
it kind of looked a little bit like he may have let him do it.
I like Alton.
Maybe not so much the 41 letting him do it as
I like Alton selling.
he jumped down there to help to get behind the 79 and pushed him out in front of the 40. And so I think it was, because that can really come back. I know that sounds selfish, but this is the time to be selfish, because if that one point that he just let him have could bite you later.
I like Alton Sellen's comment here in the chat. White knuckle racetrack. That's sums it up perfect, because you've got your hands on that wheel tight as you can get them, trying to stay out of trouble.
There's a slow motion replay of this. Yeah, there was a big gap there.
They're all coming down taking fuel.
Yeah, now, Yeah, now when they've topped, they should make it to the end. Should it go green?
Yep. Say as they see. Driver that stay out. There was one. And that is Robert Spring. And yeah, as I say, he is still on the lead lap. So I think he led a lap earlier.
John. 7 and the 029 to get together. .41 out first. 79 out behind him.
So this is a big deal. This pit stop here will get everybody to the end of the race on fuel.
Right.
And because we're going to be doing yellow flag laps, so they're actually not going to burn as much gas because they're going slower. But gaining spots here is a big deal. Track position this time of the race. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're coming down to under 20 laps to go now.
Now's the time you're trying to find your friends. Try to get your friends together to you can race and try to hold off everybody else.
Robert Spring going to lead a lap up there.
Be a second lap led tonight. He led one a little earlier. I don't know if it was. I believe it might have been under the green flag conditions. Red flag. Yeah, yellow flag conditions. But I gotta wet my whistle here.
I'll tell you what, I know I've said it a million times about the caliber of drivers we have here and the experience that you're looking at. But I mean, as challenging as this is, I would be crazy not to mention our Cup Series, our NASCAR Cup Series that ASR runs on Wednesday nights is coming up. Our season opener is going to be February 18th. That is 25 years to the day that we lost Dale Earnhardt. So I think we're going to be trying to do something special for that race, our season opener. But I'll tell you what, if you're a sim racer out there and you want a challenge, Wednesday night's Cup Series, because we do use the BR15 mod with the Cup physics, and it's also open setup all season long. So come on out and give us a try, man. If you, like I said, if you're a sim racer out there and you want a real challenge as a sim racer, that's Wednesday nights is the place to be. Our NASCAR Cup Series is going to be really hot this year.
And does your Cup Series mimic the actual NASCAR schedule? So you guys are changing tracks each week?
We do, yes. Yeah, we do. It's not just, Talladega week after week like this. We do follow the schedule as close as we possibly can. I think our lead admin on that, Nelson Rodriguez, I think he keeps in like the two old school road courses, Sears Point and Watkins Glen. We don't do too much, I don't think, with like the Roval and the new street courses that they have out there.
Oh, you don't do like Circuit of the Americas, you don't do Chicago, you don't do any of those ones?
Right, we kind of
follow... Because they exist, they're great tracks. People, I think Area 23 made a couple of them.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I'm pretty sure our schedule is out. I'd have to take a little bit closer look at it because I didn't get that far into it. But our season opener is at Daytona, February 18th, and it is open setup, Cup physics, and it is a real challenge. Now, if you struggle with open setups like I do, these guys that are there are always willing to help share their stuff. I always race on borrowed stuff anyway. So, but it's just been so much fun following that schedule. And the format is the same, too. I mean, we're going to have it the same way they're having it this year with the 16 chase playoff format, I think, is how they do it. I think we're doing away with segment racing now. I'm not sure about the rules, the specific rules of it yet, but the way they run it it's fantastic.
So it's Cup Series. So you run Cup physics no matter what track you're running, or do you run CTS on the Superspeedways?
No, we run Cup physics all season long. That's what it is.
You're going restrictor plate then.
Oh, yeah.
Daytona. Yeah, right on.
Oh, yeah. But it is, it's open setup. So, you can, within the limits, within the limits of the sim gives you, you can tinker with your cars, try to get them as fast as you can, You know, some guys are really experts at it, and I'm just not. You know what I mean? But it's still so much fun because
So many options in the pit stall.
It's it's extremely competitive, man, and it's those races there are hard to win. But like I said, if you're one of those well-rounded individuals that likes, that wants a real sim racing challenge, a NASCAR challenge, that's it on Wednesday nights, man.
And you know where you'll find me after February 18th every Wednesday night? ASR. That's where I'll be.
That's the place the stars race, man. We named it right. I was gonna, yeah, Rod, you're gonna be doing some racing.
I'm doing
gonna see what kind of a turnout we get. We might want to do some broadcasting on your guys' end. I'm not positive on that one, but there's been hints of it already. So we're gonna see what kind of a turnout we get.
I'm racing that night. So Denny Carroll's still out front in the lead. He was one of the first guys to pit last time. Dante Ricci, our current points leader, on the outside. Then we have Nate Balzer starting third. Randy Waugh is fourth. Now them two guys, Denny Carroll and Randy Waugh, are going to be separated a little bit here, but they ain't going to be able to do that trick that they did before. So it'll be interesting to see how they try to get around to find each other. Josh Metallic, and then Spotlight Driver of the Night, John Godfrey's up there in the 6th place. Rodney Sullins is back up there. He's back into 7th. Outside him is Terry Beaumard. Ken Roberts is right behind Rodney Sullins again.
Look at this mix.
Top 10 there, Bobby Farrell. He's up there in the 10th on the outside. Pat McCarsky pulls the pace car down. Road at the other end of pit road, and a little ways further down there. So let's see who gets the better run.
Oh, this
Denny Carroll,
exciting, isn't it?
good launch off there. Right with him there.
That's a good strong
Randy Waugh
start.
didn't quite get the start that he needed to get up there and push Dante up to the front, but give it a minute. Let's see where Denny Carroll goes. He's got a choice now. He can pick a lane. He's going to go with that. Ooh, wow. I didn't think
38 back, but just a little bit off of that start. I don't know what held him up there.
I tell you, I thought for sure they were going to go to the high side. Nate Balzer just had the room enough to do it. They moved up there, but they came right back down to the bottom. That bottom line has still got the most momentum.
$16 laps to go.
Now we got Denny Carroll moved to the high side. Josh Metallic on the bottom. He doesn't have any help right now, so Denny thought about moving down there, but he looked back, so he didn't have the help yet, so he's going to stay in that high side. But once that high side forms up, Rodney Sullins, Ken Roberts, and Bobby Farrell get to the back of Metallic there, they're going to start pushing that bottom line up near the front.
Talladega series thing with the thing they run on Thursday nights with their they're always a full house over there, and look who we've got near the front of this field now almost every week. God bless that Ken Roberts for giving these RTG guys a race.
Well, it's a good thing. They give them something to do on a Saturday night.
Absolutely, this is outstanding, man. This is like some of the best racing. The mix of drivers we have here is just phenomenal.
You weren't here last week, and you missed the interview with Josh Metallic, and we were, asking him if he was going to be, running the full rest of the season. What was he going to do? And Josh says, I work from home, and he says, I spend all day in front of a computer. He says, I find it really, really hard after spending a whole day in front of a computer to just go around for, what do I do for race relaxation after that? I sit in front of a computer. So he goes, I'm not sure I will do. But he did show up again this week.
Well, he's been winning, right? Why not? He's in this. He's not up the front right now, but he's back there running in 7th. He can see it.
They start getting formed up on that bottom, but they just didn't seem to do that. I don't know if if some of the damage that maybe that Rodney Sellens has there is, you know, not really helping him or hurting him a little bit, trying to be the lead car on that bottom. So maybe, you know, if that's the case, he's got to get behind somebody and have somebody behind him, and it won't affect him hardly at all. You see him go down that backstretch though. So Nate Balzer is pushing Denny Carroll. Randy Waugh pushing Nate Balzer. Dante was right into the back of Randy Waugh. That's what you got to do to keep that up front. Looks like Doug Hewlick, Berlandstetter. I think McClure was coming with them. They had that momentum, so they moved to the bottom.
Yep.
3 cars down there. I don't think it's, well, if they can get a little bit more tighty. That high line was going into the corner. Weren't real tight once they got through the middle of it. But you'll see Dante probably, if Hewlick comes up through there and starts making up ground. There you go. See, Dante's gone to the bottom. John Godfrey's gone down to the bottom with him. Randy Waugh's going to, Randy Waugh didn't get there in time, though. I don't think he did. Oh,
Dante going to let him in.
Ricci gave him a for the race. You know, them guys are gonna review that race, and how do you call that race? And wisely, Dante decided that, I'm just gonna let him go. I'll get it back.
Well, Dante's the points leader too. If you keep that in mind, he's going to be content to stay right where he's at and have a good finish. I don't think he's going to take too many risks to try to win the race. You know what I mean? But then you have John Godfrey right there, who hasn't been up front all season long, and he wants to win.
John Godfrey's a great racer, but just as of late, he has not had a lot of luck.
Right.
He's getting tangled up in somebody else's mess, and he just always seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now they're starting to form up a little bit more down there.
10 laps to go at the line. So, they're going to see the second, maybe the third line start to form up, see if they can get up there and challenge these guys.
Man, I am so pleased to see that 79 of Nate Balzer.
Yeah, Nate's a cool guy. I mean, all these guys are great guys.
Oh, yeah. Been racing with Nate forever, man. And he's got a special event coming up here. His cancer race is going to be held at ASR this year, and we're looking forward to that. And he's going to be involved with me in Cannon's race coming up in April, and we got a lot of cool stuff planned with that guy.
Hey, Chuck McClure up there on the high side there, trying to get that high side going. Josh Metallic goes to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Business is going to stop picking up.
Yeah, I'll focus on the 110 of Bombard. Just,
kind of
that's
in the middle
where
of
the hornet's nest is starting, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting down to it now.
When McClure's got up there, he's got a lot of strong cars right behind him.
Does the 21...
over there.
Yes, he does.
Over to RTG too,
Chuck
right?
McClure, yeah.
4 guys from RTG there on that high side. Formed up. We got Godfrey right behind him. Josh Metallic just really lost out of that, trying to make up some ground there. He really lost out. He's way, way, way in the back right now. Still has time to get back up there. Just got to, get the things formed up right for him and start working his way back towards the front.
Is the 21 content where he's at being up there in the points, or does he try to make a move here and try to win the race? He sees that line coming, and they're not backing down by any means.
Yeah, he has the option to move up there, and then you leave those 3 guys stranded because that top line's strong. He's out of space now.
Yeah, but if he gets up there in time, if he gets up there in time that Denny Carroll's he's trying. Denny Carroll's going to go up with him, up there with him.
3 very strong RTG guys on the top.
If you're Nate Balzer, do you go up? Do you move up now? Randy missed out on that. He didn't get there in time. So
Yeah. Nate, they're too tight. Nate has to stay.
yeah, see now Nate's out of it.
Yeah.
Now you're going to see Denny Carroll. He should move up there, but
No, you don't have time now.
no, we don't.
Not from
That's
what
the
I'm
thing.
seeing.
The 79, the 21, they were all, and the 41 were all right
no,
on each other. Oh,
17
no.
fell out. Oh, man.
Race back to the
This is a big
line.
one.
The 41, they got a split lap traffic.
They're still wrecking.
Oh, man.
41 got
It's going
it.
to be the 41
Oh,
and
man. They had to split lap traffic. They had nowhere to go.
the 21.
Wow.
That's to ASR, but not to this racing with this pushed-in roof and all. Wow.
Oh, that was crazy.
I'm going to take a minute to sort this out,
Yeah, I
but we
think we'll
probably will go green again.
So it should be pretty close to a green white checker. I didn't see what started all that. But uh-oh. We switched over to the upcoming live broadcasts.
Yeah, something, my
You
whole
hit the wrong
computer,
button, Blaine.
my whole computer just flashed. I think I'm still,
You fall out?
I think I'm going to fall out. Can you guys still hear me? I got no control over anything right now.
I have
Oh, okay.
I think I did fall out. Yeah, my whole computer just flashed and everything just locked. So it's too bad. I was going to go back and look at that replay.
I can tell you there might have been a little glitch there. The 17 got into the side of one of them. I don't know if that was like a warp issue. I'm going to back it up. But what happened after that actually was there were a couple of cars that were about to go a lap down. Breedlove and them were trying to get out of the way. And they just got in the way of those guys racing back. Josh, too, was one that he was about to go a lap down. That's why he was right there at the end. He's not actually in the third position.
I thought I saw Breedlove getting, or go around. I didn't see what happened to him.
So I think what they'll do, if I'm Josh, too, I think what I would do is stay out here, grab the lucky dog, and at least because he's got some damage.
He's going to be
think
the
the
lucky
41,
dog.
the 41 and the 21 will obviously stay out there at 55, 79.
Podcasts. Obviously, we're going to be down to TMP on Wednesday, and then, of course, Blaine and Seth Cole will be doing RTG on Thursday, and we'll be back here next Saturday. But Monday night, we'll be doing RV there yet, hopefully. We didn't get to do it last week. We had a broadcast for Open Speedway, and we'll see the next adventure. We're out of the caves. We're traveled along quite a little bit there, and I think we are going to be going into the swamp this Monday. So come see us on Monday night at TARNATION TV Turbo and watch us make fools of ourselves.
Into the
Josh.
swamps we go.
Yeah, I think it's the swamp. Don't know.
Okay, I think this is going to work. OBS seems to be locked, but I can tell from the live stream that it's still working. So I'm just going to have to do this blind. Bear with me. I'm coming back in. Just had to reset the game. I don't know what happened. Like all my monitors look like they went out. I've never had that happen before.
Chuck McClure did decide to pit. He was the only car of the lead round cars that pitted. Josh 2 and Robert Breedlove did make, head down to pit road. They are going to be your lucky dogs. You'll see them come around if you get this thing back up and running.
Chuck McClure was one of the cars involved in that last incident, so that could be why he might have been serving the incident there.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, we're back in.
All
So
right.
I can't, like I said, according to my broadcasting software, I can't get it. The only way I could get it to reset would probably be to shut the stream down for a minute. Actually, lights are still flashing, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or something. Let me,
I'm seeing you back online.
yeah, I
my
just can't
TV.
see what I'm doing because I don't know what I'm broadcasting out. Give me 1 second here. Okay,
Still on the
we're
old
back.
computer?
We're back online now. Yeah, I just had to reboot my broadcasting software, so we're all good to go. I think.
Well, the lights are off. We're just now coming onto the back stretch.
Okay.
That's a good
Should
time
be
to have
live.
a failure. Now you got
Yeah.
to get that new computer going.
I've been working on it. I'm slowly migrating it over, and
I remember the first time we did it with the RV there yet, and yes, the graphics were great, but it did take us a few minutes to figure it out.
yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if Ken Roberts can pull off this finish tonight, that'd be a good points night for him.
Absolutely.
The 21 of Randy Waugh, too, is in very good position going into the second half of this season.
Yeah, currently Roberts is 8th in points, Denny Carroll's in 5th, and Randy Waugh is in 2nd.
Right.
Nate Balser is not in the top 10. Here, let me take a look. He is 12th.
Where is Dante Ricky, our points leader in this mess? Is he still in here?
He's still in it. He is a ways back. He is in 15th place right now. So he's got some work cut him out for this.
Yeah, he
Yep.
needs to try and worm his way up in there as much as he can
Absolutely.
to at least not fall off that far.
With only a 4-point lead going into this, if he doesn't get up there a few positions, there'll be Randy Waugh back in the points lead. Danny Carroll gets the better start. And he doesn't quite clear Randy Waugh, so he's going to clear him going into the corner. Question is, does he stay down at the bottom? He's got Ken Roberts pushing from behind.
That high line ain't playing.
No.
Ooh, jeez. Oh, that was close. Ken wanted to move up there. Oh, so
There it is.
Left Ken
Danny
by
Carroll
himself.
moved up. He tried to move up there, and he just quite didn't have the room to do so.
Nobody down there to help Ken either, unless somebody jumps out of line. Which
I see
would be a good option.
Josh Metallic and Nate Balser going for it here, though. I don't see them laying down,
No.
especially with Farrell right there, too.
You're going to have the two guys up front. They're probably not going to abandon each other, but yes, for sure.
The 79 is not going to let this happen.
Going to try his darndest not to. But
No.
now the thing is, how wide are they going to make those two cars in front of them? You got to make the move right. You got to
Yeah.
get it timed right. If you make the move, he moves down to the bottom now, and that the momentum's down there. That's where Denny Carroll and Randy Waugh is going to go. So
Coming to the white flag, and they are all peaking now. It's make up your mind time right here.
Yeah.
It is.
Toyota's Doug Hewlett, Garland Oaks on the bottom. Third one, Ulysses Sandoval back there.
39 and the 79 cannot wait on each other at this point.
No. got to start thinking about going here soon.
That's where.
Well, you got Wesley behind him. Bobby Farrell. I don't know. Does Bobby Farrell run over RTG or?
I believe he does.
He does sometimes. Yeah.
You
Him
know,
and
you've got enough
Cyber
cars
are
there.
number 7, so they have to like switch their numbers. But yeah.
Making an attempt on the bottom there.
Oh, they're stuck to each other. Nate's got to pull out.
Trying to get that momentum up so he can do it and time it right.
Wesley's back up there too. The 888
coming to the checkers here.
4 cars behind him. If they line up together, they might be able to get him. Josh Metallic makes the move to the high side. Got 3 cars, 3 cars in line.
79's content to stay right there.
On the high side.
Checkered flags in the
Not gonna
air. It's
have
going to be
enough,
Denny
but-
Carroll.
Josh Metallic's going to take
Metallic's
the
going
third
to
spot.
podium finish. Yeah. Wow. Nate thought he had a podium, but 39 took it away.
Oh, he thought they would.
Man, what a finish.
They
Wow.
really didn't.
That was one hell of a race, guys. I'll tell you what, that race had just about a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And the broadcast software crashing too. Under a 4-lap yellow, so it gave me time to reset it all. Oh, wrecked the leader. He didn't drop the flag though.
Hey, Rod, if you could make sure you get that replay.
Sir.
Yeah, because I can tell you, I only have about 4 laps worth.
I'll be missing the first part of it when I wrecked out.
All right.
Does that make 2 wins for him?
Yes. That'll be his second win. That'll move him up with the people in front of him. It'll probably move him up to at least a minimum of 3rd in points.
Bobby Farrell with the top 5. Hats off to that kid.
All right, well, let's see if we can grab a hold of Josh Metallic.
Yep, if you guys can do the interviews, I gotta be ready to hit these reviews with these guys real quick.
I think we can handle
If you
that.
guys want to close it out, I'll stick around here for a minute.
Yep. All right, Josh, you got Rod, Blaine, and Brian in the booth. You got a copy, my friend.
I got you guys.
So, last week's winner. This week's, it's 3rd place, still podium finish. Talked with you last week. You said, I look at his computer screen all day. I don't know if I want to look at him, at night when I'm supposed to be relaxing. And I hear rumor you've been winning like last Saturday, last Thursday, and now podium tonight. I mean, does that keep you more in front of the screen on a Saturday night or not?
Oh, absolutely. When you make every move you make works and you keep winding up on the podium by a lot of luck, it's like, man, I don't want to change this car. I don't want to turn off this computer, keep the game running, get the next race going. So, yeah, it's like 0 degrees outside. I don't want to do anything but stay inside, stay warm, and got racing going on. So, thought I'd jump in again and have another fun time.
So, are you a superstitious person? Do you tell the wife, hey, you can't move that. That's got to be here. I'm winning. Don't move this. Don't do that. Make sure the chair's sit in the right position. The wheels in the right. Everything.
I'm typically not, because I don't have runs like this where everything goes right for this many times in a row. So I'll admit I'm not going to change this car. Ronnie's painted me up a couple different cars, but I'll run this until I run into a string of bad luck, because I missed a couple of wrecks I totally should have been in and made some moves that probably weren't wise, and then it worked out the next lap with things going on. So yeah, to be superstitious, you have to be lucky first, and I don't have a lot of that, but lately I have been, so maybe it's a change.
Well, I noticed that you kind of went, you were right up front a little bit there, and then, I don't know, there was a little bit of a time where you made a move, and it was, nobody went with you. So you just rolled all the way kind of the back, and then you just slowly worked your way back up to the front, and, you made a good attempt at it. You just didn't have enough. I don't think, I'd say you didn't make the move quick enough. But there again, you don't know what Balzer was going to do, where everybody else was going to go. So, coming out on the top three versus, where you could have been if it went even worse. So that's not too bad. Going to move you up in the points a little bit, but I think you're, 2 weeks, you only raced 2 races. So, you're still going to come back, maybe see how high you can go. That's be, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and early on, I was working really well with Tim and Rodney, and that one wreck where Rodney got spun from the lead, he got damaged, Tim got damaged, and we were, for a long time, we were 1, 2, 3. I mean, we were just kind of, running, right where we wanted to be, and 2 guys I've been working with got damaged, and then it was kind of change of plans, just work with whoever you got. And then at the end, top 3 really never made a move. I kept peeking and didn't look like anybody was really going, at least ahead of me. And at the end, you just got to try. I got 1 spot out of it, 4th to 3rd. But yeah, they were content running 1, 2, 3 as they were. So I just, made a move the last lap and got a little bit.
Yeah, I needed a few more of the guys from RTG behind you there.
Yeah, like I said, it was. I think Grant was back there. I think he was damaged. That's 2 weeks in a row he's been damaged and in the hunt for a win. This tells you how good he does, how good he is. But yeah, no, there were some good guys in front of me and behind me. Denny, Randy, Nate. Those guys were fast, and I think I had Doug behind me, and I think it was Grant behind him. So I didn't know who was going where, so I just kind of, bided my time. And once it got down to it, I just made a move and hoped someone would go with me.
Well, glad to see, you came back again, and, you've had to keep the good luck. Hopefully you can keep that good luck going. You know what I mean? That's better to have, good luck than bad luck. So I'm going to give you the chance to thanking people that got you there, and we'll get on to Randy Watt.
Yeah, well, thanks everyone, ASR, David, Ken, Mr. Wolf. See Mr. Wolf up here. So thanks to all you guys for inviting me and having us in. And it was a fun race. And obviously you guys for broadcasting always like go back and watch Tarnation, FRN, whatever it is. It's fun to watch. The racers that show up every week, whether it's here, whether it's RTG, wherever it is, they keep the game going. So appreciate everyone there. Got to give a shout out to Tim and Rodney, my Thursday admins as well. We worked well together until some damage occurred, but yeah, just appreciate everyone for inviting us out and having a good run.
There you go. Last week's winner, this week's 3rd place finisher. Hopefully we'll see you back next Saturday, and maybe you can, what do you got? You haven't got a second yet over here, so I mean that's a goal, I guess.
The goal's to win. There is no second. Second's the first loser. That's what Ricky Bobby said. So I'll live by that. And congrats to Denny, by the way, by the win.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, and hopefully we'll see you at least in a podium finish next week too.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, you got the podium by 1/100th of a second. I was just looking at the timestamps there.
All right, so going into this race tonight, he was 2nd in points. Last week he was the 1st placed in points. Comes back tonight, 2nd, 2nd place finish. I believe that should put you right back in the points lead there, Randy. You got a cup?
Oh yeah, I hope it does. I had a lot of help from my teammates, or black sheep teammates, Denny and Nate, Robert, Mike Mangialardi.
Yeah, so you've been running really, really good here. You, like I said, you had the points lead. You lost the points lead, but you only were, you know, back by 4 points. You still had a really good race last week. This week, you know, coming in a second, you haven't got that W yet. You gotta convince Denny to get behind you and not, you know, you pushing him all the time.
Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it? But yeah, we were hoping to finish 1, 2, 3. Nate is right behind me. He's our teammate too, and Josh just barely edged him out.
I think though, you know, second place. If you keep finishing in the top 5, that, you know, that's pretty consistent running. You know, and that you know, I can't say it's going to get you, you know, a championship, but I think it's probably good. You keep running up there like that. As long as you don't have any bad luck, you know, this championship, you might be the guy to beat for that.
Well, I tell you what, second place is a whole lot better than 30th.
Yeah, big fields. Yeah.
Does pay a lot more in points, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I've had some bad luck lately. I mean, night before last, I started in the back and ended up in the back. So
you don't want that to happen at any time.
That's a fun race to watch, wasn't it, guys?
Yeah, a few big wrecks there.
Yeah.
You stayed away from them. Most of them are right behind you, so because you kind of ran most of the night up near the front. You got pushed back a little bit, you know, on pit stops and stuff, different strategies and stuff. But all in all, you know, like I said, we kind of figured out how you guys are going to do some of your starts, and we were right. You know, you guys always seem to try to get nose to tail, you and Denny there, and like you said, Breedlove, Nate Balzer, and you know that you guys always seem to try to find each other, and it always seems to work out really, really well. So, but you know, got to keep that momentum going. You still have what, 6 more races?
Yeah, and you know, like everybody else, man, you have to have help with this track. You just can't go out there and win by yourself.
Well, no, that's the beauty of it. Even though, like I said, even though you didn't win, it's still a great points night for you. So you got to be happy with that. You got to keep that momentum moving forward for sure. Do you have a question for Randy?
Oh, he must be talking to me. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm back, by the way.
Oh, there's Brian's in here too. Cool. Yeah, I'm assuming Corey's watching. So yeah, we always got a shout out to Corey. But I just Rod mentioned it during the race. If there is a super speedway, Randy Waugh will be racing on it, and it's fun to watch you and Denny kind of, if you're side by side on a restart. We almost got it down, like Rod's got it down to a science. I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? He's like, well, one of them's, you know, they're going to set the pick and get back in front of each other again. You guys are separated by a couple car lengths a few times throughout this race. You always end up finding each other, though. It's kind of a glorious dance to watch.
Well, that really wasn't planned tonight. I just got bad starts. He got better starts than I did.
Oh, so there is no science behind it. It's just a fluke.
It wasn't tonight.
Okay.
Now, in the past, we've done that.
Well, it always pays off, though. That's the good thing. Brian, you back here? You got a question for Randy?
I guess Brian
do I?
there he is.
Do I? No, I'm sorry.
Brian came and
I'm
left.
sorry. I could have been anywhere.
Wake up,
right there. No, another great performance tonight by Randy Waugh, man. Like I said, if there's a super speedway, you find Randy on it. Great job again tonight.
Y'all say that.
Y'all
don't realize that I'm not crazy about super speedways. I mean, I like to run them sometime, but I run them about 3 nights a week. You got to improve if you run that much.
It shows, yeah. It shows. It definitely shows.
You know how many super speedways I run a week?
None.
The experience always shows through here. The experience always shows through here, man. It's just thanks for coming out, Randy. It's another great job tonight. I'm going to take the opportunity to thank our sponsors, and because I got to get up here to the reviews. Thank our sponsors, Bryant Motorsports and All Stars Racing League, for having us, putting all this on, man. It's just been great taking the reins with Ken and And Saturday nights, man, ASR is the place to be. Thank you guys for covering us, and I will see you next week.
Thanks,
Congratulations,
Brian.
top three. Congratulations to the top three, and we will see you next time.
We appreciate everything you do, bud.
All right, Randy. Well, I'm going to give you the opportunity to thank, the kids, the family, and anybody else you want to thank. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, first off, I thank you guys for televising this. It's always great to watch. Thank ASR for letting us run over here and running a good league. Shout out to my teammates. RJ wasn't here tonight. I wish he could have made it. He didn't get home in time, but RJ's part of our team too. And Gary Heiser comes in sometimes. But yeah, thanks to my teammates for the help. Congratulations to Danny and Nate. Mike Mangialardi finished top 10, so happy for that. Robert had a rough night, but he'll be up there next week. Shout out to my sons Christian, Corey, and my grandsons Adrian, Asher, and Asa. And my friend Debbie and Zach Fincher. Corey, you almost got one. You'll get it next time, buddy. I'll see you soon.
Well, there you go. Second place finisher tonight, and I believe probably, we can't say for sure because we're not doing the math and we're not down there in that room, but I didn't see you do anything wrong tonight. So I believe you'll be the points leader coming into the next week. So come in next Saturday and watch Randy, and hopefully maybe you can get that W next week. So congratulations on your second place finish tonight.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one and stay warm.
Thanks, Randy.
All right, so
Hey,
Dan,
howdy.
Rod, and Blaine in the booth. Gotcha.
Yeah,
So this first season, ASR,
got lucky and won one.
Superspeedway series, right? And the only now two-time winner in this series, Denny Carroll. Man, you got it done, buddy.
And I led the most laps.
Yep.
You did 26, I think it was. 28, 29, something like that. It was in the
26.
20s.
Yep. Rodney
I had a lot
had
of help.
23 and he had 26.
I had a lot of help.
And you've made all of the starts this time. So the next question, I guess, would be, we've seen you kind of on Sunday. You started a few races. You won a few of them over there, but, you didn't run the full season. The plan to stay over here on Saturday and see if you can't go knock Randy Wah off the points lead?
Well, I don't know. I might help Randy keep the lead. I don't think he's ever won a championship.
That I don't know.
Either I might try to help him keep the points lead. I'd like to see him win a championship.
Yeah. You guys always seem to find each other, run well together. He was talking about usually Breedlove, Nate Balzer, RJ, and there was one more.
Mike
Mangialardi. Yeah, you guys always try to, kind of work together and find each other. What you need to guys do is get together and actually get all five of you find each other nose to tail, and you guys might be able to dominate this series a little bit more.
Well, we need to get our pit down when we pit together. We always lose each other in the pits. It's undergrade.
And that's hard to do because, you've seen some of the guys that go in and come out and they all stay right together. And, I've raced with you enough to know, especially, you're going to get in, you're going to get out of there. And your pitting is really, really good. And, I've seen times where Randy does good pit stops and he has times where, they just don't work out for him. So, and that's very important to try to get everybody to come in and come out at the same time. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I believe if that 931 hadn't got damaged, there wasn't nobody catch him.
Yeah.
He had a rocket.
And the old sun drop car was cranking right along there pretty good. So
Yeah, I think Rodney put a little extra wax on that when he painted it for him.
is that it? It's the extra wax, is that it?
Yeah, it made it slicker so it cut through the air better.
Well, you were running a newer paint scheme today too, because I remember you sent it to me on the Facebook machine there yesterday.
Yeah, I painted that one. I like playing around with them.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's different.
Back off right across the back bumper trunk lid there. That didn't work though. A lot too much bump draft, and those guys can't read.
I forgot about that. One side says "Look out," the other side says "Boo hoo." Yeah, I had one I painted somewhere and I had a middle finger sticking up on the bumper, and they made me take it off. It was just saying hello.
Yeah, it's just your way of waving.
You know, these races are fun, and they're really hard to win because there's a lot of talent in here. I mean, and plus you got to have help, a lot of help.
Yeah, the talent pool of this that they've got over here, there isn't really anybody out there that doesn't, you know, the super speedway wise, that aren't really great. I mean, some of these guys, you take them to Martinsville and, you know, Bristol, and, you know, they're not going to run up front. I mean, you pretty much everywhere you go, if there ain't too many tracks out there that you don't do well at.
Yeah, well, I'd say Super Speedway is probably my least favorite.
Yeah, and yet every super speedway race we've been, you know, seen you lately, you're in it.
Yeah, well, that win should be as much Randy's and Nate's as it is mine. I mean, without them, I wouldn't have won it.
Absolutely, yeah. Teammates are very important. So.
Yeah, I'm glad that we brought Nate on board, and Randy, which me and Randy's run together for a lot of seasons now, and Breed Love, Cabana. We was missing Cabana tonight.
Oh, that's awesome. So if Blaine doesn't have anything else for you, Blaine, you good?
Yeah, I was just gonna say congratulations, an awesome run, man. Especially with a full field like we got tonight, it's not tough to win, it's not easy to win these things, especially with Josh Metallic back there looking for a third straight Talladega win in that blue car.
Yeah, well, we hung him out to dry once.
I thought you guys left him way back there, and then here we are. He's in third place.
Yeah, well, I mean, he won last week. We didn't want him to get a back-to-back. That would have made him feel good.
All right, Danny. I'm going to give you the chance to thank the people you want to thank that you know, help you out, whatever to get you here. So the floor is yours.
Thank God for letting us breathe, and thank my family for putting up with me racing, and all my kin people, and Black Sheep Racing for having me. And thank you guys for putting this on. I appreciate it. And Ken and Brian Wolf. What's Brian's sponsor? I forget. I mean, my sponsor.
I don't remember what it looked like.
No, Brian Wolf's sponsor. That sponsors this.
Oh, Bryant Motorsports.
Bryant Motorsports Auto Sales. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Bryant Motorsports too for putting this on. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah, that's the
Thank
guys.
you guys. Maybe I'll try to do it again next Saturday so we can talk.
There you go.
If I can win the rest of them, I'll probably can win the championship.
There you go.
Pretty good bet, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment, yeah.
Yeah, that's my goal. Everyone I get in is to win it, but it just don't happen.
Yeah, these super speedways are hard to win, so that's a good job. Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the talent in the field. There's All-Star Racing. Is that what this series is called? They gave it a good name.
Yes, they did.
There's a lot of stars in here.
Yeah, you'll have to come over on Wednesday when that gets started up on the open setup racing.
What mod?
The Gen 6 Cup Physics.
I like the Cup Physics.
Yep. Yeah. They're running Cup with the BR Gen 6 one.
And ASR?
On Wednesday nights. I'll be over there.
I might just do it. You're going to have to race with me on Tuesday, Rod. We got the original Cup mod with the fast setup, the original game tracks.
Yeah. The one
series.
What Chris and I started, or restarted, I guess.
Yeah, well, Chris started again, then when Jeff did whatever he did.
Yeah.
I thought that's too good a series to just let it go, so I just picked it back up at PRL.
Nice.
I think that's the best mod to race in this game, I think.
Yep.
Because you have to drive those cars.
Yes, you do. Especially with the open setup, so.
Yeah, well, I struggle some with open setup because I don't never race it. I don't make the route adjustments.
If you want to come and play, I'll get you some setups.
Oh, I'll come and play. I'll come get somebody's way.
All right. Anyways, we'll let you, we're going to get you out of here, but thanks, congratulations, and, I think you need to come back and see if you can't go for this championship.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks, Nate. Thanks, Randy. Breed love. You guys are awesome.
Thanks,
See you.
Timmy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
See you, folks.
There it is.
It is another successful ASR race. I don't know. They got to get their crashing down a little less, I think, but they had some pretty big wrecks tonight. There
was a couple of big ones. Yeah, there's probably two of those we could have considered the big one.
Yeah. And I think two of the wrecks that we saw were just, bumps, bad bumps, literally. And how do you prevent that? What, you don't push them? Well, if you don't push them, they're not going to go forward. They're not going to go to the front. And it is kind of hard sometimes to judge. I think like the episode there where we saw, Ken Roberts get in the back of Rodney Sullins. It literally was at so late in the tri-oval. I think, it was just one of those, you want to get on that rear bumper just as soon as it gets straight so that you can give him that good push. Even though it's a little short straight, you want to keep that push going. And, it just happened just a little earlier than he needed it to.
Yeah, it's nothing against anybody out there. I mean, stuff just sort of happens sometimes. And who knows, maybe a little bit of an internet hiccup, a split-second internet pickup or a hiccup at the wrong time can just turn a car for no reason. So
absolutely,
everything just sort of happened. But, it was still a great finish.
Great
racing there and waiting to see if Josh could have pulled out 3 in a row. 2 here, but kind of racing that car on RTG version 4. Almost got there, but yeah, it was a good race.
And we're starting to see, I hate to say it this way, but kind of you're starting to see the cream rise to the top, as they say. We
because the middle of the season almost, yeah.
Yeah, halfway point of the season. We saw the first race. Greg Palmer and I don't remember the whole lineup, but they were up there in the points. Next week we come around and it just totally switched around, and Randy Waugh was up there. Now that we're into it.
Dante comes out of nowhere and wins the thing. So he only had like one race and he won, so he takes all those points and skyrockets him right into the standings too.
So now, you got to figure this part of the race, Dante Ritchie, Randy Waugh, Denny Carroll, they're pretty good. They're, up there. Billy Eiser's still right there. Greg Palmer's going to lose quite a bit. There are no provisionals for tonight. So, tonight's race. So that's going to hurt Greg if he wanted to come back for the championship. He's got a, bigger hill to climb. And everybody else that, Breedlove, Doug Hillock, Ken Roberts, they all ran up front there and whatever, but, just some of them had kind of bad nights. Some had better nights, and so Bobby Farrell was right up there, so he's 10th going into the night, and, that should move him up, at least a few, I would think, maybe, close to the top 6, and that'll be perfect for him.
And, it's just the nature of Talladega, man. It's a beast, this thing. It's so fast, it's so tight. It'll be interesting to see at the open setup, running the Cup physics. That's kind of interesting and at Daytona, so we're dealing with restrictor plates and similar style of racing, but you need to know how to tweak your car at certain points of the race to do certain things, and that opens up so much stuff.
The hardest thing, the setups are pretty much, you'll probably see straight across the board that most everybody will have a very similar shock package, spring package, air pressure package, all that stuff. It all comes down to gearing, really. And, if you are a driver that's like Denny Carroll that likes to be out front, you're going to put a little more gear in it. If you're a driver like myself that's just more of a pusher, you're going to change your gearing a little lower for that. It's so hard to find that fine line when it comes to the super speedways, when the open setups, to making sure your gearing is right.
Well, especially, because if you get out on the track with a certain style of the drivers, then it's, your gear package might be geared to be running in a massive pack all day. Or if you get hung out to dry, you might drop like a rock. you know,
Yep.
and it's just like, yeah, I should get out there and try that, because obviously when you play offline, it's open. But online, most leagues are fixed. But it's neat that there's a series where they actually open it up. You know, grip tape, tire pressure, wedge, track bar, all these things you can do from the pit stall. Gears are a different story. You got to lock that in the garage. You make a mistake there, you're cooked for the race.
Shocks, your springs, you know.
Camber, toe, all that stuff.
Toe, and, you know, that. When you get down to pit road, it's, you know, you can do track bar, air pressure, tape on the front of the grill, wedge. You know, that all adds up. But a lot of times what happens is it's just like anything where we always say before, you know, a driver will only take 2 tires because they don't want that to risk the chance that maybe, you know, one lug nut will hang up and that'll kill your whole pit stop. Well, you start adding wedge, you start adding tape, believe it or not, that adds to that, could add time to your pit stop. But if you change air pressures, that's already done in the pits. They just change the tires, put them on, air pressures change. So, you know, there's little things like that that you got to keep in mind and think of.
And you have to do it all while driving before you get to your stall. So you're one hand on the keyboard, you know, say you want to knock 3 pounds out of the left front. You're like, okay, left front, fucking do, and then away we go, you know. And it's like, yeah, pay attention.
I may have to get my buttons back working on my wheel, because I actually had it set up to where I could, while racing, just reach up and hit a button and it would go to, you know, F5 and then space bar to go around to the different ones.
I had that too,
yeah.
Where you could, like, I can select my tire, like in a fixed setup situation, I can select stuff. I've actually never, the same setup probably work with an open setup. I've just never had to use it before. But yeah, I bind my space bar to the wheel, and then the left and right, and yeah, so I could probably get it done.
Yeah, but you also got to remember, I have 16 buttons on my steering wheel, so.
Yeah, I got a few on mine. I got a G920 or whatever it's called, but I think you're dealing with more because you have to use your hands for everything.
I have a TSW EZ11, but it's been highly modified. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, it is. And then upcoming, come see us Monday night. Better be there yet.
Yeah.
We'll go make some fools of ourselves. Wednesday, we're doing a thing for TMP. It's a league that I run with on Wednesdays sometimes. And then Thursday, you'll be doing with Seth Cole and either Michael Norman or Kyle Matthews. RTG, what do they call that again? The
Talladega Challenge.
Challenge series. I knew it was something like that. And we'll be back here next Saturday for the race 5 of the premier Talladega Superspeedway series. So that'll be kind of fun.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, and remember on Monday, the stream from RV there, it doesn't take place on this channel. It takes place on the TARNATION TV Turbo channel. A little less professional, a little bit, just to hang out. So if you want to join us over there, we'll make it happen.
It is a fun game and interesting to watch us kind of learn, struggle, problem solve, wreck RVs, start over again.
Yeah, I like the physics-based games like that. It's a brilliant idea.
And if you are at all interested, you got to go back and watch. We've got 4 or 5? I think 4, because we were supposed to do 5, and then 2 weeks ago when we couldn't do it because of you had some things that happened last minute that we couldn't. But
yeah, that day we had late trailers that day, like 2.5 hours late getting out on the road for the FedEx deal, and then battling a snowstorm. So by the time I did get home, I had to spend 2 hours shoveling the driveway because there was like 2 feet of snow in the driveway. So yeah, that was a fun Monday. I didn't get to bed that night, I don't believe, until like 10:30, 11 o'clock. So yeah. We'll try our best to make it happen in a couple days. If you want to join us there, I'll make sure the links are below in the description of this video. And as always, everybody who was involved in watching this thing, lots of action on the YouTube channel tonight. So thank you very much for everybody for interacting there and participating in what we do. Of course, David Chin, Brian Wolf at Fluid Studios, David Chin at ASR, Bryant Motorsports Auto Sales for the donations to make this all happen. And yeah, some technical difficulties tonight again. The migration process to the new computer is slowly happening. It's so much like work. I don't want to do it, but I'm picking away at it about an hour or two a day. So, yeah, join us next time, I guess. And as always, thank you, Sir Rod Weston, for your co-hosting abilities. But as always, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.
When you're crying by yourself, when the woman that you're loving is with somebody else. Just calling out her name. Yes, you lie awake at night. Just calling out her name. And you know your heart is breaking, and it's such a crying shame. Did you ever feel lonely when you're crying by yourself?
Get this car for Grandma. Me too. He got it at Bryant Motorsports on High Street in Portsmouth. She's really gonna love it. I know, right? If you need a car, give us a call at 393-2600. That's 393-2600.